Hey everyone, good morning. Good morning, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. How are you? It's Monday morning and it's time for another week of Cricut Chat. All your favorite news and projects along with some really fun chat. In like a little morning show. So if you're sort of new and you only just found me, I will tell you right up front, I like to chat and I like to chat with my friends here on Facebook. And, if that isn't the format that you like, then you don't have to watch. I want to say that in the nicest way possible, but I've been getting some feedback, mostly on YouTube, that I talk too much. In fact, I talk too damn much is what somebody said. And I think last year, if I heard that, I would have probably taken offense. But now I think, you know what? That's just who I am. This is my channel. They don't have to watch and they don't have to listen. They can go someplace else. There's a lot of people that do these videos. This is my unique style and it's okay. I'm really okay with it. But this is my little style. And so I like being with you all. We've developed a wonderful group of people. And hello, Leilani. So we've developed this wonderful group of people that love to chat and talk about, and just talk about things that are Cricut related. And in the process, we also help each other, with our lives. And one of the things I wanted to mention that I saw in the group yesterday is one of our devoted fans, Becky Mills, recently lost her husband. And I had a number of people asking me for her address. So if you want to send a card or greetings or something, I have her address and her permission to send them. So if you could, I will post it in our Cricut Chat group. Well, I don't know how I'll do it, but definitely if you email me, I'll send you her address. And let's see, my email address is missrita@gmail.com. Okay. So, I'm so sorry to hear that news, Becky, and I hope that you'll get an outpouring, as we have known from our community, an outpouring of condolences for you, because you deserve that. So today, I wanted to just kind of go a little bit out on a limb here with some of, I know everybody's going to be talking about the new machines, but the thing is the new machines aren't coming out until like June, right? We still got a week or so to go before June even hits. So I wanted to do a project that sort of like kind of is a crossover project that can be done on the Joy and can be done on the new machines and also on the regular machines. So I picked this kind of two color. I guess that it's not monochromatic, is it? Well, yeah, monochromatic is two colors. So I picked a two color card from Anna Griffin, and I wanted to show you how I did this. And this in particular, this one here, I did with the sticker cardstock that's coming out. But then Annette asked me about the sticker cardstock and can it be used in the Joy, and my answer to that is yes, it absolutely can be. You do need to cut it duochromatic. I don't know, Shirley. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not a color color technician. But anyway, the sticker paper that's coming out with the new machines is a 13 by 13 inch sticker paper. And so there were a lot of questions once all the stuff kind of died down. There were a lot of questions about the sticker paper. And one of the things that came up was, they do make this sticker paper for the Joy. So it's called Smart Paper Sticker Cardstock, right? And this came out with the Joy a little while ago. And you'll notice that it's 5.5 inches by 13 inches. And the new stuff is 13 inches. Let's get that. So the new stuff is 13 by 13. So in actuality, you could cut these sheets. And yes, it absolutely could be made with regular paper too. But I wanted to talk about this new product because a lot of people might be interested in, and it would help for some of these. Yes, you absolutely could use this on the Maker as well, and we can try that today. So, but the point being that this is going to work in the new machines. You see it says Explore 3 and the Maker 3, but could be cut down so that you'd have 2 sheets and a little extra, because you'd have to cut it at 5.5, and then you'd have, 11? You'd have 2-inch strip left. Okay. Thank you, Shelley. And to make for the Joy. Now, can this be cut on the Maker? Yeah, sure, it absolutely can be cut, but it would have to go on a mat. And that's because, sometimes you just don't use the whole sheet. Like I did here, I only used part of the sheet. And so I cut this off and I thought, I want to, use this. I don't want to just throw it away. I'm not that kind of a scrapper. So let us talk about that. So this project is from Anna Griffin. It is in Cricut Design Space, and I just changed up some coloring and just reformulated it a little bit. And this is a similar thing that I did. So let me show you. And I did put a sentiment in there. I was going to touch on kerning today, but I think I need to spend a little more time analyzing it so I can let you know. I did play with it, and I came up with some really fun results, and I think you're going to really, really love it, but not everybody has the update yet, so I'll probably wait until like Wednesday to do a kerning show. Yes, it is a holiday, right? It's a holiday in Canada. Yeah, I'm going to wait until like Wednesday to talk about kerning, just because I heard, and I'm trying to remember who told us that, but everyone should have the update by Thursday of this week. Okay. So this project is an Anna Griffin card, and it is from an older set of images. Let me show you where I got it. And I did post a link to this card last night, I think, as I was working on projects for the week. And so I will post it again and put it in the description of this video, but I will post it again. But in case you absolutely need to have it so that you can work with me, go to my page and you can find it there. Okay. So we're going to images, and we're going to go to image sets. And when we go to, and just so you can see where I went. So when I touched on images, this is the image search engine, and then there are all these categories. And so I'm going here, image sets. Okay. And it's kind of the way that I think. It's not necessarily the way everybody thinks. So just, bear with me on this. But I learned to Cricut when we had cartridges, and so image sets are just renamed as cartridges. And this was a cartridge that I had before we went to, a digital image search. So that's how I think. So, okay, I'm going to type in the word or the name Anna, because these are Anna Griffin's images. There are 44 image sets that are Anna's, and all 44 of them are free for you to use if you are a Cricut Access subscriber. And actually, we're going to be going to this image set. It's called Anna's Garden Cards and Embellishments. But I just want you to scroll so you can kind of see there are a lot of cards. So if you're a card maker, this is kind of like a hooray to if you didn't know about it. She has a lot of print and cut images as well. So if you are a person that likes to do like a daily planner, she has a lot of images for that. Or if you like to do her very, very layered cards, also here. Okay. And so this is definitely a place you want to get to know. So we're going to go into this. Where is it? Garden Cards and Embellishments. And we're just going to pick one of the, and I want to point out that there are lots of embellishments. There's lots of drawn images here, which we could do a drawn image as well. But I just grabbed one of these nice floral like silhouette. This one's a rose. These are both roses. And then I think there's another one. This might be the one that I chose. But any of these would do nicely. Yeah, so I don't know what this one is. Just says flower. So we'll just grab one and we'll bring it into Design Space, and I will show you what we do with it. So let's move this over. Okay. So all of these cards come in with envelopes, and you guys know I'm not a huge envelope fan, just because I don't like these particular envelopes, and I don't like wasting my time making envelopes when I can buy them. So usually the first thing I do when I pull in something like this is that I take away the envelopes. You don't have to do that, but this is how I am. And then I have to ungroup it to remove that, and then I'll regroup it and size my card. Now, I like to make Anna's cards because they are so detailed. I do like to make them so that they're 5 by 7 inch closed, but that could be a little problematic if you want to do this on the Joy. So keep that in mind, okay? As it stands, Teddy. As it stands, this would not be able to be done on the Joy because, come on, Ted, stop. Apologies. So as it stands, it would not be able to be done on the Joy because of the scoring. So at any rate, we're going to get rid of the scoring because I want to cut this out as more of a card front. And so I'll show you what I mean by that. So here, actually, I cut this out. See this? This is the back. I didn't put a sentiment in there, but there's the back. And this actually, just so I can peel it off, is that cardstock layer. But of course, you can use regular cardstock and glue it on. But I think it's important to kind of know this technique, especially if you're not too keen on seeing, like, I like to write a lot in my cards. So I tend to avoid like the insert card type of thing when I want to write a lot. I mean, the insert cards are great. Don't get me wrong. They're beautiful and they're quick and easy. But if I want to make a really fancy card, then what I like to do is create it on a card front and then mount it to the paper, right? So that way I have all this room and all this room to write in, right? And even this room to write in. So what I need to do to change this card is I need to ungroup it. Okay, and so what you'll see when we ungroup it is that there is this piece, which is like goes behind the card that we were just mentioning, right? And then there's the card with the score and everything. So I'm going to detach this and take off the scoring and just exit out. Then I'm going to insert a square, and that's from Shapes over here. And I am going to make this square. I'll make it 5. Here's what I'll do. I'll make it 5 by 7, but I kind of like it when it's slightly bigger than the 5 by 7. So this is so this card is, let's change the width to this to be exactly 10 by 7 here. And so here's a 5 by 7, and I like it to be a little bit bigger, but I can do that when, and I'll tell you why. I can do that when I kind of get a position of where I want this to go. So the reason why you want to do that is that sometimes when you're doing, sometimes when you're doing slice, it leaves certain pieces. So if I left this like this, it would leave this piece there. And then I'd have to go and slice it again. And it's a pain. So I like to make mine just ever so, just a little bit bigger than the actual card that I'm slicing. So here we go. I don't know why, but my mouse is being sticky today. Okay, so I am going to select both of these, and then I'm going to hit slice. And what that does is it takes off the back of the card for me. Okay, and see what I mean about these little pieces? I don't want those there, so that's why I did that. Now, I could do a couple of things here. I could keep this and put it behind there, or I could create a card on my Maker or my machine, not on the Joy, but on my Explore, and have a sentiment in there. So let me show you how you would do that. So you would just again go back to Shapes and choose a square, unlock it, and make the width 10 inches and the height 7 inches. This is what we had before, remember? And this is going to be our card. I'm going to change the color to white just so you can see this. And then I'm going to go back to Shapes, and I'm going to choose a score line because I want this to actually be scored. If I'm not doing it on my Joy, I can do this. So I'm counting the inches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I pull my score piece over. Let me just. Sometimes you have to be a little precise here. Okay, there we go. And so once I have that score line where I want it, then I have to think, do I want to have a sentiment? If I do not want to have a sentiment, then I can attach it. If I want a sentiment, which in this case, let's do a sentiment. We'll go back to images and we'll actually find, we'll find a sentiment in the garden cards and embellishment. Okay, so how about this one? The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. That sounds nice. So here we go. So there's our sentiment that's already pre-done, and it's so beautiful. It's a little bit bigger than what we need, so I'm going to resize it. And I like to put the sentiments sort of up, maybe like in the first quarter of the top there. And so now that I have my sentiment there, and I'm going to change my color to black. I don't know. I like the black look. So I'm going to select that, and it's going to be the scoring and the sentiment, and then I'm going to attach. Now, the reason why I make this point is because I used to do it the other way where I would put in the, I'd put in the scoring, attach, and then I'd find the sentiment and put it in there and attach. But they made a change, like about a month ago, so that you couldn't attach twice on an image, which I totally understand. So that's why I'm doing it that way. So now sorry. Oh my gosh, you guys won't believe the pollen at this over here. It's crazy. My car looks yellow and it's blue. It's dark blue and it looks actually yellow, kind of greenish actually. So the pollen's really getting to me and I apologize. Okay, sorry. So this we're going to cut out, and we can cut it out using either the smart sticker paper, or we can use just regular old cardstock. That's fine. And we could probably put this here in the back, and then we could just cut this out by with the machine. Now, one thing you want to consider here is if you had, say, a Joy, you would not be able to cut out a card this big, but you can do it by hand. It's so simple, and I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So, so there's that. So then all we have to do is make it and put it together and put it in a 5x7-inch envelope. Unfortunately, I didn't hide the original ones here. So let me hide them. And this is the same, losing my voice. Sorry. This is the same one that I did last night. So here you're going to get 2 cards instead of 1. So this one here is one that I did last night. And this one here is the one that I did this morning with you. So because I want them to cut on the same paper, I'm going to turn this one black. And I do that by going over here to Color Sync. You see that? And by clicking on Color Sync, you can see that I have 3 colors, well, actually 4. This one is the white, okay? And this is the background piece, and these 2 are the card fronts because one's in black and one's in green. And if I want them to cut on the same sheet of paper, I'm going to move them so they're the same color. Okay. And you can use, if you want to, you can use like Snap Matte or something like that. And you could put different colors on here. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use regular paper. And then this would be going under here. So maybe I might want to duplicate this. So let's duplicate this. See that? And then of course, now we have 2 fronts. So we need 2 bases. So duplicate that. Okay. So this is what you're going to get when we go to, when I give you this file. It's going to be slightly different than the one I gave you last night. Okay. So when you go to, when you go to make it, you will see here that it breaks it down into just 4. So this is instead of changing your project copies to 2, because if you changed it to 2, you would get 4 because we have 2 different card fronts. Does that make sense to everybody? And so that's a way that you can have duplicate cards, but with different faces to them. Okay. So here you see we have 2. This one here is just the base, and here's the base again. And this is the one that we're talking about with cutting out in black. And then we'll have here for the behind that intricate cut. Okay. So I'm going to hit continue. Now I want to talk a little bit about, because someone asked me, actually, a lot of people asked, can you use this 13 by 13 inch sticker paper in the existing machines, in the Air 2 or the Maker, the original Maker? And the answer is, I guess technically you could. However, And I'm sure somebody is going to come up with a way to do that. But the thing that troubles me about that is that I don't think that the pressure is going to be there for that case. So I want to just show you what I mean, and then I'm going to put it onto a mat so that we can cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to move you. And here I've got a piece of the 13 by 13 inch cardstock, and you can see on the back it says Smart Paper Sticker Cardstock. Okay, and so you'll know what you're getting. You're not going to be cutting out your regular cardstock. Okay, and I will show you that because I tried this. You can put this in the machine. Okay, the only thing that I'm afraid of is that the pressure to cut it through could be problematic. And so I don't want to try that because I'll be wasting. Maybe I should, for science, I should try doing it, but I don't want to do it on my show. So I'll do it off camera sometime and let you know what that's about. So you will probably need to, and also be careful because this can actually kind of mess up the edge here. And so that could cause a problem. So here's what we're doing. So it's 13 by 13. So it is a little bit bigger. It's almost just exact, but not quite. So I'm actually going to cut mine down, and I'm going to use where's my cutter? Where's my cutter? Oh, here it is. There's my cutter. Here we go. You guys know I love this cutter, and they actually, with the new machines, they came out with one that's 13 inches. Mine is a 12-inch rule, this one here, but I did get the 13-inch one, which is going to prove useful. So I'm going to move you. So this makes it hard to cut because I don't have my 13-inch one. You see what I mean? This is the 12-inch one, but we'll cut it down. I'll try to get enough down so that it will fit on my mat. Or if you wanted to and you had it and you had joy paper, you could do joy paper, the sticker paper for joy. Because that's actually 5.5 inches, and our thing would be 5, right? So you could do that. All right, so let's put this in. As far as a setting goes, I'm actually going to try sticker paper because sticker paper setting is sort of thick in Cricut in Design Space. So that's what I'm going to try. But this is, it's a new experience for us. It may not work. So let's go to paper, and you'll find sticker paper is... Well, I have sticker paper. Okay, printable sticker paper, okay, is what I'm talking about because that's the stuff from Cricut, and it's very thick paper, very similar to this paper, so that's what I'm going to choose, okay? And I'm going to hit done, and I am going to let it go. Okay, so we'll hit the flashing C, and it will start to cut that very intricate design. Now, one of the things I noticed about this, about cutting this in sticker paper is you still have to weed it. And weeding is a little bit more difficult when you are doing adhesive. When you're cutting an Anna card that is very intricate, when you take it off of the mat, it all those little cut pieces stay on the mat, but not with this product, okay? So that's something to consider if you are going to be doing or using this sticker cardstock. So this is the new Cricut cardstock, but this is the same thing. It's for Joy. This stuff is out. Someone's asking me what brand I'm using. So I'm using Cricut brand, but I use a different brand of cardstock when I make stickers. I want to make that clear, because Cricut sticker paper that comes in an 8.5 by 11 inch size is just too thick to put in your printer, even though it's called printable sticker paper. It is I've tried it in 3 different printers, and I've fed it and I've put it in the back tray. I can never get it to print. So I actually switched my sticker paper to onlinelabels.com sticker paper, which is a matte finish, but then I cover it with a with kind of a waterproofing stuff. We talked about that a while ago, a couple weeks ago, but we can do that again, because I know people love stickers, and as do I. So in this particular case, using this cardstock sticker stuff, it makes really nice draw and cut stickers. So here I made these. Aren't they really cute? And so that you can do, but you can still do print and cut with the new machine. Just like everything else is kind of the same with the new machine. So if you have a maker now and you have tools for the maker, those tools can be used if you decide to upgrade to the Maker 3. Same thing with blades. If you have blades, if you have materials such as vinyl, cardstock, iron-on, all of that stuff, everything that you're normally used to working with will be, able to be used in your upgraded machine. But the addition is that the machine is faster. The two machines are faster. And they have what's called smart materials. So smart materials are without a mat. It's very similar to the Joy. Very, very similar concept to the Joy. But I will make a point of saying that if you have a Joy, because of the size of the Joy, it does have its own blades and its own pens. So you can't interchange the blades or pens with the Joy. Okay? It looks like you used a white pen on black sticker paper. Which brand pen is it? Oh, this one, it's actually not white. It's silver. However, I will tell you this. I found at TJ Maxx, well, it was actually Home Goods, and I went to look for it today so I could show you what I was talking about, but I found a pack of American Craft markers that will fit in the machine that had all these different color metallics, and I'm thinking that they would make really beautiful black, with the color. So it had like pink, like a lavender, a blue, and I'm trying to remember. But anyway, I took them out of the package and I was like looking at them and playing with them by hand. And now I can't find them. I'll find them around here and I'll show you tomorrow. But that actually is silver on black. And isn't that a cool effect? I love this effect, and this just looks really cool, and it makes great cards. Okay, so we're cutting this out, and also the other thing that I would mention here, it's a little bit hard to see, but again, here we go. It does have a white backing to it. So you might see a little bit of white here, which is why the second one I did, I put it just straight on the white backing, and then I put a pink inside. So I thought that was kind of interesting looking. So when you cut this out, this is called core. So when you're looking at paper and cardstock, okay, some paper is called white core, which means that the inside of it is white. It's just the surface that is colored, okay? So if that is troublesome to you, you should try to get solid core, or that, like, cardstock that is all the way through the color that you choose, if that makes sense. So one of the things with the sticker paper is that it is white core because the back is white, if that makes sense to you too. So it's not solid core color all the way through. Okay. While we're waiting for this to finish up cutting, because it's more than halfway done, but I'll let it go so we can have a look, okay? I wanted to say thank you. I got some viewer mail from Linda Saunders. And look, she's got the little cancer sticker there, and it was a Mother's Day card. And it says, happy, may you have a day that's perfect in every way. I love that Linda calls it, always ends it with Cricut, Loretta. I'm sorry. Am I calling? No, Linda. Cricut on. I get Linda and Loretta confused. Really cute. Love it. And then Nancy, who won a prize last month, sent me this lovely card, and I'm just going, I'll hide the address, but she does the cards in on her machine, which I love. And look at this card. Now, I know Nancy has only been crafting with a Cricut for like maybe not quite a year. And look at what she's done. She's taken this beautiful thanks paper and she put this holographic, and then she did a foil, really pretty. And then on the inside, she put a little sentiment that she cut out and she embellished it. Really, really beautiful card. And thank you so much, Nancy. And I'm so glad that you got your goodies from winning. Speaking of winning, I will mention, because I did it yesterday, we did have a winner of our May bundle of joy, and that is a big surprise, Dawn Walsh, who I know very diligently put her name in every single day. Remember, we'll have those giveaways once a month, and so we've got to wait another week or so until June hits before I can post that giveaway, okay? And so there you go. If you didn't win, if you're not Dawn Walsh, then you have an opportunity, actually 5 more opportunities to win my Bundle of Joy giveaway, June, July, August, September, and October. And then after that, I think I'm going to be giving away mug presses for a while. So there's that. And then we also have every month we have winners. And so far in May, we've got let's see, we have Matthew, who made an Eiffel Tower, Melissa, who made a rolled flower shadow box that was just gorgeous. There's Holly Hold, or Holly Bryan, depending on where you find her, and she is one of my Patreon patrons, so that's a thank you that she'd won that. And then also Tammy Sharp on Facebook, and I think they've all sent me their address, and if they have not, I don't know if I heard from Tammy yet. So my email address is missritatotherescue@gmail. Now remember, you can always email me at any time. I actually check my emails, and I go through them quite often, and will respond to you most of the time. And then It does take a little while for me to get the prizes to you because I have to go through Cricut to do that, and I usually have to wait until the end of the month when I can then put my prizes in. Okay, so there is that. All right, we're almost done with this cutting. So let's have a look at how it comes out. So it appears to be cutting really well on this machine. So I think that we chose the right setting, but it was a little bit of it was a little trial and error, and maybe it hasn't cut all the way through. We'll see as we go forward. Right, so Dawn can get in her RV, and when I think Canada might still have some limits there, but she could get in our RV and come visit you with her joy. Okay, so there's our cutout. There are actually 2 cutouts, and I want to just show you how it cut out. And you know what? It didn't cut all the way through, so that's going to be a little bit troublesome. You see that? So maybe I would have chosen the same printable sticker paper, but would have done a more on the default. So let's see. I'm going to actually use my weeding tool to make sure I get all these pieces out. And that's okay. Let's just cut this out. Okay, and I'm going to take off the edge, but I don't like that it didn't cut all the way through, so that's just a sign for me that I need to be a little bit more pressure on there, but thankfully I think it's going to weed okay. So we're going to take and lift up here, and we'll have to, yep, see that? So this is a lot different than if you're cutting it out in regular cardstock, because when you took the cardstock off your mat, it would actually weed itself for the most part. And so that's a little bit different. Yeah, I could have used a second cut as well, or used a deep cut blade. Yeah. So this is not a machine error. It was really just me, kind of a user error. And so I'll fuss with this because, I don't ever give up on anything. But I would suggest, if you were going to use that Joy cardstock, sticker cardstock, or when this stuff comes out, if you wanted to try it on your regular machine, and this won't, these smart materials and such as this won't be out until the new machines are out. So you won't be able to pick this up anyway until June. But see, it did not cut all the way through, making it a little bit hard because it has a backing on there. I think it would have been fine had it not have the backing, and so we do that. Now, I wanted to show you, if you are using a Joy, or maybe you just don't like to cut out cards, like full-size cards on your machine. You just want to kind of do something. You can take your cutter and a 12 by 12 inch sheet of paper. And this is what this is. This is basil paper that I have. And actually, basil paper does not cut very well with the Cricut. At least not the setting that I'm used to cutting, which is medium cardstock. I do tend to go to heavy cardstock with basil, but even then it's a little bit hit or miss. So if I wanted to make a 5 by 7 inch out of a 12 by 12 inch sheet of paper, I need to first take and put my paper in and cut at 10 inches. That's what this is. I'm cutting at 10 inches, and we have this little piece that we're going to save, and then I'm going to turn it a quarter turn, and then I'm going to cut at 7 inches. And here also is an extra piece. So it is a little bit wasteful if you're using a 12 by 12 sheet. Hold on. But it's perfect for 8.5 by 11, which you only have to do, cut this down to 10. Sorry about the color, but it's the first one that I grabbed. And then you do it a quarter turn and then do 7. So you have less waste or scraps if you're using 8.5 by 11 inch paper. So I generally will use that. And then all you need to do is fold it in half, and you can just use either your scraper or your nails or whatever and give it a nice crease. And then we would take our cutout, which did not turn out so super terrific, but you'll do it better, right? And here you can actually weed it backwards if you wanted to. Look at this. So I could go in here and sort of weed it like this if I wanted to. Here we go. But you get the idea, right? I'm not going to get a chance to weed all of it, but, well, I'm going to give it a shot. And see, this did not come out right. But yes, very, very detailed, and sadly did not cut all the way through. But you're going to do it differently than me now that you've seen me do it the wrong way or with the wrong setting, okay? All right, so let's pretend that it's actually correct, all right? And doesn't look like this. And then we're simply going to line it up. Man, simply gonna just line it up. Don't make all these messes. All right, here we go. We're gonna line it up like this and press it onto the card like that. But clearly mine is not going to look as great as yours is going to look. And remember, you can still do this in plain old cardstock. It's not a crime to use plain old cardstock and some glue, and we use our Barely Art precision craft glue for something like this. And that is this kind of interesting color. Let's show you the really pretty ones, which I did yesterday, not live. And I simply did the same thing with this. I used this base and put the black there. On this one here, I used a white backing, and I used a pink base. Okay. And that's sort of it for today. I will put what I'm looking for. I will put the Design Space file in the description of this video. So I do hope that you come back if you're watching live, or if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can just check the description and grab that free Design Space file for you to use. And that's all I've got for you today, folks. I hope you have a wonderful day. Get out there and maybe also do some crafting. I love to craft every single day, and I love crafting with you guys. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Have a fun day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow we're making a strawberry summertime banner on the Joy. Okay, so we'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Bye.